I'm a seasoned project manager, and I'm here to assist folks that are taking on projects and basically PM is not in their title. It's not their skill set or their forte. So I'm here to make life a little bit simpler for you. So here's the scenario you're in. Project is moving forward, but the problem is people are getting pulled in different directions. So there's just chaos on the horizon. There's just chaos. Tasks are not getting done, and everyone has their own idea of what definition of done looks like. So this could basically be solved by a one page project brief. So I'm going to basically show you what that would look like for you. Let's go through the steps on how you can bring some order into this chaotic time for you. So let's take a look here. Okay, so basically, I'm just gonna go up to these slides, so pardon me. So, the real reason why projects get off track is it's just because there's just a lack of clarity, there's a lack of alignment, and there's a lack of vision of what done looks like. Now, you may have heard of definition of done. This is what the outcome of the project should be. What is the criteria that would say that this project has delivered the objectives that were set forth? So in what I'm showing you here is often people think that, in order for the project drive forward, you just need to work harder, or you need to have more multiple meetings, or you need a better tool. And these are some of the things that do come up. But in fact, what you may be faced with is the chaos is coming in because people don't have a real solid direction. Um, there is no alignment in terms of what it is that you're delivering, no alignment on dates, no alignment of how this would look and feel for your client, your customer, and so forth. And that's where the chaos would come into place. But if you have a project brief, which I'll show you in the next few slides, this will help alleviate a lot of that headache. So just what the slide says, when there's no shared definition of success, everyone optimizes for a different goal. And that's the reason why there's chaos. So if you have, I'm trying to show you here. Oh, now I know Zoom very well. So I'm still trying to learn and navigate here. So it's kind of all over the place. Traditionally, I use Google Meets for my workplace, but I know you probably have Microsoft Teams and so forth. So I'm just going to lift this thing here so you can see this. So the project brief is a one pager. It's very simple. It might be tweaked as you go along because there may be things that may come up that you didn't have clarity on before, or you weren't aware of a certain risk or a conflict and so forth. So here, the goal, you write it in plain language, nothing, no industry jargon or anything of that sort, unless you really need to. That way, all stakeholders on every department understand the content of it. So you wouldn't have IT language per se, or you wouldn't have financial language per se. You would just keep it very plain and simple so that everyone understands what the goal is. Scope. This is a saver for you. This will save you a lot of grief. Please, please, please spell out what your focus is. What is the scope that you're going to deliver? For instance, are you going to onboard a new vendor that's going to give you a new call center, for instance. So in what's in scope is you probably need to train those individuals. You would need to make sure that they have all the training materials, got to make sure that they are ready. You have to make sure that perhaps there's some APIs or some system integration between your network and the vendor's network. Like these are things that need to be in place. What could be out of scope is perhaps, a certain group or certain team would not be involved here with this vendor. That could be out of scope, or maybe training on on a specific product that we're not, going to go forth with. So those are some ideas of what may not be in scope, and I'll show you that later on. Success metric could be, 90% of the call center agents have finally been onboarded onboarded with this new vendor and so forth. Could be, now there's a new product that has been launched and 80% of the customers are now been moved to this new system. Could be a new web portal for them to use. That could be a success metric. Or maybe we've sold so much money of this product now that it's been launched. That could be another success metric to meet that goal. So these are some ideas of what success would be. Not necessarily during the project life cycle. It's the success is the outcome of having the project deliver this objective or these goals. Okay, so moving along here. Now, the brief it could be like I said, there are many ways and many styles on how to approach this. So what I'm showing you here is a real scenario here where there's a goal here that you state, and this is what's the objective of having this project in the first place. So you would launch, for instance, this case, you would launch a new client onboarding process by the third quarter. And then what's in scope is you got to make sure the client journey is in there. So all the steps on how the customer will be onboarded to this perhaps new service, new product, and so forth. There'd be a welcome email, 30-day checklist. So there'd be like a journey of, multiple emails for the customer. What's out of scope is existing clients to introduce to this new service or product, since the focus would be trying to attract new clients. And then, of course, a new rebuild of the customer management system, management system, any billing changes that would be out of scope. So that would be right there stated. The milestones, this is very simplistic. You could have more than one. You could have it in a table if you wish, just showing what the major one could be. A contract signing would be a major milestone. Development being achieved by this date, successful testing, and then the actual go no go of whether we have all the pieces in place, that we have the agents trained. That's another milestone. Those are some examples. And then, of course, who's the owner? Usually you need to know who your operational folks would be. Who are the folks that are going to be taking on this product once the project is done? So they need to be in place. They'll be owning this. And then, of course, what the success metric is. For instance, the 90% of the new clients have completed the onboarding in 30 days, the onboarding to this new service offering and so forth. So that is kind of like an idea of how you could create this. This is very simplistic. What I'm showing you is very simple. You might have a little more details for your project, but just the idea, state the goal. What's in scope? Scope is what is it that you're actually delivering, what you're not going to deliver, what are some of the points, key milestones, who's the owner, Operations could be the owner, the person that will benefit from this, or it could be actually your business sponsor, anybody who will benefit or who's driving this project. And then the last part is what is the success criteria. So success metrics is basically your definition of done. Okay. Of a successful metric, meaning of all the things that you have done and so forth. Okay. All right. Getting the staker bioholder is very crucial. Um, Before a single task begins, everyone must agree on the brief, which is true. Okay. So first, what you could do is you draft it based on what you know so far about the project. So put everything in, because that's going to be kind of your measuring stick. And then what you do is you can set up a meeting with all the stakeholders involved to review the draft and get alignment, whether or not there's anything that you're missing or anything that does not look accurate. They'll give you input there so you can fill that out. Once that you get that alignment and you get those inputs, then you would have another meeting with, again, important stakeholders to sign it off. And that way you know that they have approved it, they have agreed it, they're aware of what the scope is. Okay. And that way there's no confusion about anything else. So, of course, the message here is the one pager or the one project brief here is clarity, which is worth 10 meetings of confusion. So this will save you time. It will save you a lot of agony down the road. So write the brief before you do anything else, because this will give you clarity. And once you have clarity, then you'll be able to lead this project smoothly. Okay. And again, that way you use this piece of paper to make sure that you have alignment. And as you onboard new folks that might come onto your project, maybe later on in the cycle, you'll be able to present this to them so that they have a clear idea of what's in scope and what's not in scope and what needs to be delivered. Okay, so you ready to run your project with confidence? Well, I do have templates that I can provide, and also I also have created an AI assistant that could help you. So you can just click on the link below. Just have a look. I have a very good guide to help you step this through. And if you want even more in-depth help, there's also help there as well. So thank you very much. And of course, like, comment, or subscribe.